Good morning, everyone. നമ്മുടെ വായിബോവാൻ.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Right. And Dirk and Imalka Tirush, right. What are the exam dates? Summer scholar exam තිබ්බල ඉවරයි. Summer school තියෙනවා තාම.
August present.
And Imalka, what is your exam date? This school?
Talking Bangladesh.
Balagi. And Tirasha, 1st of August.
Around 7:25.
Right. Okay. Now today we are going to discuss paper, right? And this PDF I am going to upload into our tute section, right? And you can download it from our tute section in the LMS system, right? And now this is the first question. Look at the first question. This one relevant to the ratios, right? Now, anyone, can you find the answer for this one? Pulan hoyana buda?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, තියෙන්නේ අටේ හතර ගණන් තියෙන්නේ.
කවද්ද?
අගෝස්තු 4 තියෙන්නේ ගණන්.
4. Right. It's okay. Right. Okay. Right. Now, today we are going to discuss paper, Imalka, right? Now, look at this one, right? The first question, 12 into the number, we don't know what is the value for that, right? 12 to this number, and it's equals to the 36 into 15. 36 to 15. Now, can you find the answer for this one? This one's relevant to the ratios. This one's relevant to the ratios. And look at this. This is the first quantity we call as a first quantity. And this is the first quantity on the right hand side. Therefore, 12 it becomes as a 36. Now look at this space. Now here is a blank space. Therefore, we call as the direction of the blank space is a right hand side to the left hand side. Now tell me, therefore I'm going to right hand side to left hand side. 36 becomes as a 12. How it becomes as a 12? And we know it should be a dividing by the 3. Because 36 divided by 3, it becomes as a 12. Now what to do? We have to do the same thing to the 15. Therefore, 15 divided by 3, it should be a, what is the answer? It should be a, yeah, it should be a 5. Now this is the first question, right? This is the first question relevant to the ratios, right? Now note down, don't write the questions because I am going to upload this one into the LMS system. You can download the PDF, right? And this is a second term. And the paper 1 in our theory class, right? Paper 1 in our theory class. It's not a revision class. Revision class we discussed already 17 model papers, right? 17 model papers we discussed. Now this is paper 1 in the second term in our theory class. Right. Now question number 2. If 28 multiplied by the 43 becomes as a 1204, write down the value of the 0.028 multiplied by the 43. That's a very easy question, and we know the values because how to multiply the decimal number 0.028 multiplied by the 43. Now what to do? Accept the decimal places. Now without decimal point, what is this number? This number we call as a 28. Therefore, method is a 28. We should multiply by the 43. Now Our question said 28 times 43 becomes as a 1204. No need to multiply. Uttare dila tiyenne pute. Therefore, answer is 1204. But look at this. 1, 2, 3. After the decimal point, we call as a how many decimal place number? There are 3 decimal place number. 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places. Therefore, you need to keep as a 3 decimal place number 1, 2, 3, and this is a decimal point. Now, this one should be answer 1.204. 1.204. This is the answer for the second question. Okay. Now next question. Simplify. Right. Everyone, find the answers. හැමෝම ලස්සට උත්තරේ හොයන්න බලන්න පුතේ. බලමු කවුද කියන්නේ කියලා උත්තරේ හරියට. Okay, Savini. Now today is 26, 27, 28, and we are going to discuss another paper in our paper class also, right? The practice la yanna puluwan exam eකට, okay? Imalka, I think you have a mistake. Because the any numbers, the product between the two numbers becomes as a 0 when one also becomes as a 0. That's the logic. Four over 9 multiplied by 214. And I know you have a mistake. I'm going to explain your mistake. Now this one is okay because we called as a proper fraction. Now this one 4 over 9. Another thing, this one we called as a mixed number. Then we have to change as an improper number. 4 times 2, 8. You need to add 1. Therefore 9 over 4. Then imalka මොකද උනේ පුතේ? And you simplify like 4 times 1, 4 times 1, 9 times 1, 9 times 1. So that must 0 කියලා. Hey sir, 4 to 4 කැපිලා යනවානේ. 9 9 9 eliminate වෙලා යනවානේ. ඔතන මුකුත් නැහැ නේ sir. නෑ මුකුත් නැහැ නෙමෙයි තියෙනවා. Here is a 1. Therefore 1 into 1 is a 1. 1 divided by 1, it should be a 1. Then answer is a 1. Understood? Good. Yes. That make a තේරෙනවද Savini? Yes. Question number 4. And tell me the theory. And we know the sum of the angles in a triangle. What is the value? කාටද මතක? Triangle එකක පුතේ angles තුනේ එකතුව කීයද?
180.
180. Therefore, you can write as the equation relevant to this equation 2a, 3a, and a. Now, I am going to write as the equation 2a, 3a, and 1a. We call as a 2a plus 3a plus a. It should be equals to the 180 because the sum of these three angles should be 180. And we know how to simplify the algebraic expressions. 2a, 3a, and 1a. 2 and 3 is a 5. 5 and 1 it should be a 6a is equals to the 180. Now how to find the answer for a? You need to divide by the 6. Now 6 and 6 eliminate. Finally, a becomes as a 18 divided by 6 is a 3, and put the 0 and put the degrees mark. Now a becomes as a 30 degrees. 30 degrees. This is question number 4. And this one question number 5, and you know the theorems about the equations. Now find the values of the n. Find the value of the n. හදන්න බලන්න පුතේ ටක් ගාලා n වල value එක. Right. Now look at this. Now look at this. Now question is to solve n divided by 4. N divided by 4 minus 1. Subtract 1 from the n over 4 is what equals to the 3. Now firstly, what is the step? Minus 1 go to the other side. Now how to write as a minus 1 go to the other side? Here is a minus 1. Therefore, n divided by 4 minus 1. You need to add 1 to the both sides. Right? Now minus 1 and plus 1 eliminate. Now n divided by 4 equals to the 4. Now this is a n divided by 4. Then I am going to multiply by the both sides. Multiply by the both sides. Now 4 and 4 eliminate. Finally, n is equals to the 4 times 4. It should be a 16. N equals 16. Well done. Welcome, Nihimai. Samini. Good. Animalka, good. Nihimai. Right. Now, question number 6. Now, can you write as a decimal number? We did it. Fractions, how to write as a decimal numbers. Right? And denominator, you have to change as a 100, 10, or 1000, like that. Right? Now, find the answers. අනිවාර්යෙන් එනවනේ පුතේ. Fractions change into decimals. Right. Now listen. Now this one's very easy because we have a mixed numbers and I know the answer becomes as a 6 point. Make an answer අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම 6 point කියලා number එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Because why? The whole number is a 6. Right? Now this is method number 1. Therefore you need to write as a 6 is here. There is only 6. And you need to add this part. I am going to change as a denominator as 100 or 1000. Now listen. And this is a 33 over 40. Now 40 is greater than 10. Therefore, it's not cannot be as a 10. And 40 we cannot change as a 1000. පුළුවන්ද? බැයිද? පුළුවන්ද බැයිද? We can, because why? 25 times 4 is 100. Therefore, I am going to multiply by the 25. Now look at this. 25. Now 25 times 0, it should be a 0. 25 times 4 is 100. Now look at this. Now our denominator change as 100. Aha, 1000. When ready, and 100 and put the 0, then answer becomes as 1000. Right? Now every denominators you can change as a, in the fraction lesson, into the decimals, you can change as a 10, 100 or 1000. Now 25 times 3, it should be a 75, and put the 5, and we have a 7 remainders. 25 times 3 again 75, and we have a 7 remainders. 75 plus 7 should be a 82. And you need to add 6 to here. And now you know whole number how to divide by 1000. There are 3 zeros, and this is a decimal point. You need to move 1, 2, 3. 3 times of the number. Now decimal place is here. Right? Now what is this number? Now we can state right as a, and this is a number 6. This is a number 6. You need to add. This one we can write as a 0.825. Now final answer becomes 6.825. Right. I'm going to explain again. Now this is a whole number part. You can write as a here, it's only 6, because we know the whole numbers we can write as a just whole numbers, right? Now 33 over 40. Now what is the method? Fraction into the decimals, you have to change denominator as a 10, 100 or 1000. Now this is a 40. 40 I'm going to multiply by the 25, then answer becomes as 1000. We can change as 1000. Then numerator we can also multiply by the 25. Now 25 times 40 is 1000. 25 times 33 is 825. Now 825 divided by 1000 means you need to move decimal point 3 times to the left hand side. Now 1, 2, 3 should be a 0.825, and then add 6 to it. Then final answer becomes 6.825. 6.825. Right. Make a මතකද කට්ටියට? Right. Okay. Note down. Note down කරගමු. මම දෙන්න තව extra question එක decimals කරන එක. අය බලමු මෙහෙම එක. 435. Right. Now find the answer for the decimal number. මට මේක decimals කරලා පෙන්නන්න ඉක්මනට. Just extra question. right. බලමු answer කට්ටියගේ. Right. 4.6 කියලා දාලා තිනවා බලමු. Right. Look at this one. Now this is a whole number. You can write as a just only 4 plus, and this one is a fraction part, then you can write as a 3/5. Now look at the denominator. Denominator is a number 5. Now that's very easy. 5 you can multiply by the 2, then write as a 10. We can. Therefore I'm going to multiply by the 2. Just easy. Now answer becomes 6/10 plus 4. And now you know any number dividing by the 10 means you need to move decimal point 1 times to the left hand side. Now answer becomes 0.6 and plus 4. Then final answer 4.6. 4.6. Nearby. Nearby Tirasha? Balam Savini. Good. Animalka. Well done. Nearby, yeah? Nearby. Now I move into the question number 7. Find the value of the 62.32 multiplied by the 3.48. And do you remember this one? කරන්න පුළුවන් වැඩේ නේද? මතකයි? Right. Now just do it. Find the answer. අපි බලමු හදලා පුතේ. බලන්න බෝඩ් එක මම කරන්න. Because we have a second term exam, we have to practice. Now question is a 62.32 multiply by the 3.48. Now I am going to multiply except the decimal places. Right? What's the meaning of that? 6,232. 6,232 multiply by the 348. Right? Now you can multiply these two numbers. Then what to do? Now this one have 2 decimal place number and this one 2 decimal place number. Therefore final answer should be a 4 decimal place number. Matakada? Yeah, right. Now multiply and then get the answer and keep 4 decimal place number as answer. Karum බලන්න උත්තරේ හැමෝම. Right. Now I'm going to do the answer. Now look at this. 8 times 2, 16. 1 remainder, 24, 25, 2 remainder, 16, 18, 1 remainder, 48, 49. Is that correct? 49,856. Now I'm going to multiply by the 4. 4 times 2, 8, but you have to put the 8 as a here. Skip the 1 decimal place, one place, right? Right. 4 times 2, 8, and 4 times 3, 12. 1 remainder, 8 and 9, and no remainders, 24. Now again, I'm going to multiply by 3. 3 times 2, 6, but we have to skip the place again. Now put the 6. And the 9, and 3 times 2, 6, and 3 times 6, 18. Now I'm going to add these three numbers together. Now answer becomes 6, 5, 8, 13, 1 remainder 9, and 11, and the 17, 1 remainders 10, 19, and 28, 2 remainders 6, 10, 16, 1 remainders 3, 8, 11, 1 remainders. Now this is the answer, right? Now there are 4 decimal places 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip the 4 digits. Then answer becomes 216.8736. හරියටම හරි මාර්ක. Well done. Tirasha, understood? Yes. Savini and Dirk. හැමෝටම තේරුණානේ පුතේ? Recording බලන ළමයි, right? Okay. Now question number 8. Order of rotational symmetry of the regular octagon is. Regular octagon. මතක තියාගන්න මතක ක්‍රමයක් කිව්වා. Now tell me, octagon have how many sides? How many sides? 8 sides. Therefore, how many symmetrical lines? 8 symmetrical lines. And what is the order of the rotational symmetry? It should be also 8.
8.
Yeah, then answer is 8. Lazy. Now find the values. Right. This one's very easy. Right? Right. Now find the value. මේක මට value එක හොයලා පෙන්නන්න පුතේ හැමෝම. ඇති ටයිම් එක නේද පුතේ? බලමු. බලමු වැඩි. 2 to the power of 2 multiply by the 5 to the power of 2 and multiply by the 3 to the power of 2. Now listen. And what's the meaning of the 2 to the power of 2? And you know, 2 times 2. Yeah, it's a 4. Now, some students think as a 5 to the power of 2 is a 10. එහෙම හිතන්න බෑ. 5 times 2 10 කියලා දානවා. වැරදි. It's wrong, right? Now 5 to the power of 2 means 5 into 5. 5 into 5, it should be a 25. As well as 3 to the power of 2 is not 6. 3 into 3, then answer is a 9. And we know 4 times 25, it should be 100. Then 100 into the 9, and we know it's a 900. Then answer is a 900. නියමයි උත්තරේ හරිනේ. සුබ. 900. Question number 10. Find the value of the square root of 900. And we discuss how to find the square roots using the prime numbers as a division method, right? හරලා බලමුද වැඩි? අදම බලන්න පුතේ. 900 you need to divide using the prime numbers. Prime numbers. We can divide by the 2. Yeah. Then answer is a 450. Again, you can divide by the 2. Yes. This becomes as a 225. Now what to do? Now I go to the next prime number 3. Yes, we can divide by the 3. Because 2 and 5 is a 9. මතකද ඒක? Digital root becomes as a 9. Therefore, divisibility test, it should be a divide by the 3. 22 divided by 3 is a 7 and 1 remainders, and 15 is a 5. Now again you can divide by the 3. It should be a 25. Now I am going to divide by the 5. Then answer is a 5. Finally, 5 divided by 5 until becomes 1 you can divide. Now look at this. 900 is equals to the 2 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 2, 5 to the power of 2. Now apply the square roots. Now what is the answer? The square root of the 2 to the power of 2 is just only 2. 3 to the power of 2, therefore only 3. 5 to the power of 2 is only 5. Now 2 times 3, 6, 6 times 5. Then answer is a 30. මතක තියෙනවා method එකක් කිව්ව පුතේ. Look at the couples. This is the first couple, second couple, third couple. I'm going to take as only one. මේ couple එකෙන් එක්කෙනෙක් විතරක් ගලවලා ගන්නවා. 2 multiply by 3 multiply by 5. Then answer is 30. Understood? මතකද හැමෝටම? Yeah, okay. Question number 11. How many 2.4 meter length pieces can be cut using 72 meter pipe? You need to divide. And this one's relevant to the decimal numbers. Whole numbers dividing by the decimal numbers. You can divide 72. You need to divide by the 2.4. Now what is the method? The method number 1 is you need to eliminate the decimal place. Now there are 1 decimal place number, then I am going to multiply by the 10. Numerator and denominator both I am going to multiply by the 10. Now 72 multiplied by 10 becomes as a 720, and 2.4 multiplied by 10 it becomes as a 24. Just 24. Now 720 you need to divide by the 24, and you know the method. What is the method? I'm going to use in the lone division, or you can use a simplification. කැමති නම් මේක තව simplify කරගන්නත් පුළුවන්. That's a very easy trick, right? And because look at this, that's a easy trick. 24 is a 6 times 4. And 72 is 6 times 12. Now 12 divided by 4, what is the answer? Just only 3. That is a very simple trick. આપણે તો લોન ડિવિઝન યુઝ કર ડિવાઈડ કરવાનો ને or you can use as a 12 times 6 and 12 times 2 એમ හිතන්නත් පුළුවන්. Now 6 divided by 2 is a 3. Right. හැමෝටම තේරුණාද ඒක? Yeah. Question number 12. The ratio among the highest of Saman, Suresh and Kasim 5 to 4 to 6 respectively පිළිවෙලින් තියෙනවා. If the heights of the Suresh is a 96. Suresh කියන කෙනාගේ height එක තමයි දෙන්නේ. Find the height of Kasim. හරි. හදුවමු බලන්න. Saman, Suresh and Kasim. Five or six. 5 to 4 to 6. Now question saying if the height of Suresh ko Suresh ko ame main is Suresh. Now height of Suresh is 96 centimeters. 96 centimeters. Now find the answer for a Kasim. එහෙනම් මෙතනට තමයි උත්තරේ හොයන්න ඕනේ. අපි first question එකේ කළා මතකද? Yes, yes sir. We did it. අපි first question එකෙත් කරා. Right? Now in this question here is a 4. Therefore 4 parts is equals to 96. And you can use the unitary method. You have to find the answer for a 1. පුතේ මේ 4ක්නේ පුතේ 96 කියන්නේ. So 4 is a 96. Then you need to find the answer for a 6. 6 parts. And I'm use karna unitary method එක. I'm going to use the unitary method. Now 4 is equals to the 96 centimeters. Therefore, one portion we call as a 1 part is equals 96. You need to divide by the 4. Then answer is a 9 divided by 4 is a 2 and 1 remainders. 16 divided by 4 is a 24. 1 part is a 24. Now you need to find the answer for a 6 part. Then answer is a 6. You need to multiply by the 24. 6 times 4 24. 2 remainders and 12 and 2 is a 144 centimeters. හැමෝටම තේරෙනවද පුතේ unitary method එක? Yes. දෙන කෙනා බලන්න. 4 is a 96. Then you need to find the answer for a 1. Then find the answer for a 6. Or any number. කැමති කෙනෙක් හොයන්න පුළුවන්. Now fill in the blanks. මතක ඇති relationships, right? Yeah, because and we know the relationship 1000 kilograms is equal to the 1 metric ton. 1 metric ton. Now 12,480 kilograms. You need to change into the tons. And look at this. 1000 becomes 1. That's a divide by the 1000. That is a method. Now I'm going to divide by the 1000. Now 12,480. I'm going to divide by the 1000. Now this is a decimal place. I'm going to move now 1, 2, 3. This is a decimal point. Now answer is a 12.480. It's not needed. Therefore, answer is a 12.48 metric tons. We call as a tons. Right. This one, 6a squared minus 15ab plus 18abc. Now, what is the question? Factorize, find the factors. Find the factors. Now, look at these expressions. How many different terms there are? Numbers, A terms, B terms, and C terms. There are 4 different types, 4 different numbers like that, right? Now 6, 15, 18. What is the common number? We call as highest common factor. 18, 15, and 6. මේ තුන් දෙනාම divide වෙන number එක මොකක්ද? It should be a 3. Yes or no? Yes. Now I'm going to do 3. Yeah, I'm going to take as a 3 outside of the bracket. Outside of the bracket. 3. Now I go to the A. Here is a A. Here is a A. And here is a A to the power of 2. A squared. Right? But in the commonly, only one A. තුන්දෙනා ගාම ගන්න පුළුවන් එක A එකයි. Now here is a B. Here is a B. But there is a no B terms in the first term. Therefore, B is not common. C is not common. It's not common, right? Therefore, I am going to inside of the brackets now. Now 3 is here. How to make number 6? Therefore, 3 times 2, it should be a 6. Now here is only one A. Here is A squared. You need to put the A here. Now put the sign. It's a negative sign. Now 15 becomes 3 times 5. And A is there. Now missing number is a B. Missing term is a B. Now put the plus sign. 18 divided by 3, it should be a 6. Therefore 3 times 6, 18. Now A is there outside. Therefore the missing terms are B and C. B and C. Now this is the answer. This is the answer, right? And we take as a method. අපි මේකට පොඩි method එකක් ඉගෙන ගත්ත පුතේ මෙහෙම. මේ බලන්න. Look at this one. 6a square and 15ab. මේව එකපාර හිතන්න බැරි අයට මෙහෙම හදාගන්න. 18abc. Now I am going to find the HCF. මතකද highest common factor හොයන විදිය? Yes sir. කොහොමද හොයන්නේ? 6 you can write as a with product between the prime numbers 2 into 3 into a into a. Now 15 is a 3 into 5 into a into b. 18 is becomes as a 3 times, now we call as a 3 times 3 times 2. Therefore 2 times 3 6, 6 times 3 18, and the a into b into c. Right. Now look at this. බලන්න common මොනවද තියෙන්නේ කියලා. 2 is not common, but 3 is a common number. Look at this. 3 is a common number. As well as A. A is a common, only that. Therefore, you can write as a 3A outside of the brackets. Now what to do? What are the missing numbers? 2 and A, put the 2A and put the sign minus. Now this is our missing numbers. 5 and B, 5B. Look at this, correct. And put the sign as a plus. Now 2 times 3, 6. 6 times BC, 6BC. Now this is answer. Mata kunada hemodama? Yes. Okay, right. Note down. Last note at dagan putih. Question number 15. Find the value of the y. Right. Now look at this. Find the value of the y. Now look at this. And this is a straight line, and this one is also a straight line. And the two straight lines intersect to each other, and we call as a specific name. Now look at this. It's like a x. Now this angle should be equal to this whole angle, and we call as a namadinayata vishesha. What is the name of that?
Vertically opposite angles.
Well done, Yanara. Right? Vertically opposite angles. Therefore, y and what is this symbol? How many degrees there?
90.
90. And you can write as a 90 plus y, right? 90 plus y, that is the sum of this angle, should be equal to the 165. Now I'm going to write as the equation y plus 90 should be equal to the 165. Now 90 go to the other side. Now y is equal to the 165 minus 90. Now finally y is equal to the units of stack. 0 from 5 is a 5 and 9 from 16 is a answer becomes as a 7. Now answer is a 70 75. Understood? Yes, right. Y is a 75. Imalka තේරුම් පුතේ ඒක? Imalka තේරුණානේ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. Okay. Now this one we did it. මේක method එක මම දැන් මේ චුට්ටකට කලින් කළා. හරිද පුතේ? හැමෝම උත්තරේ හොයන්න බලන්න පුතේ highest common factor එක හොයන්න ටක් ගාලා. Find the highest common factor. ඇතිනේ පුතේ type එක. බලමු answer එක බලමු හැමෝගෙම. Look at this. The special thing is a 4, 12 and 8 you can write as a product between the prime numbers, right? Now look at this. 4 you can write as a 2 times 2 into the x into y. Now 12 minimum අපිට මෙතන දෙකුත් කිව්ව ලියා ගන්න එකපාර හිතෙන්නේ නැත්තම්, right? 12 divided by 2 6. 6 divided by 2 3. Then answer is 2 into 2 into 3. දැක්කද? 6, sorry, 12 you can divide by 2 and put the 2, and answer is 6. 6 again you can divide by the 2 and put the 2, then answer is 3. 3 you can divide by 3. එහෙම පුළුවන් හදාගන්න. Right, multiply by the x and y. Now 8, look at this. 8 you can divide by 2, put the 2, and answer is 4. 4 again you can divide by the 2, then answer is 2. 2 you can divide by the 2. Yes, 8 is a 2 into 2 into 2 into the x into the y and into the y. Now how to find the highest common factor? We are looking for the common. Look at this. 2 again 2 and x and y. Therefore 2 times x times y. 2 times 2 4, 4 times xy, 4xy. And this is the highest common factor, 4xy. Hammer පුතේ වරද පුතේ එක? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now 17th question. Number of edges and faces of a solid 10 and 6 respectively, right? And find the number of vertices, right? And this one we called as a theorem, right? මොකක්ද අපි යට කිව්වේ නම? කාටද මතක?
Euler's relationship.
Yes, Euler's relationship, right? Euler's relationship. And what is Euler's relationship? We can write as a කාටද මතක?
F plus V equals E plus 2.
Yes, right? And we call as the sum of the faces and vertices, right? V plus F or F plus V, right? Sum of the faces and the vertices should be a 2 greater than, we call as a 2 more than the number of edges. Therefore, it should be as equals, you need to add 2 to the edges side. And this one you can write as a V plus F is equals to the E plus 2. V plus F is equals to E plus 2. Now in this question, number of faces, number of edges. Number of edges is a 10. Now I'm going to substitute 10 into the E. Edges can 10 puthe. And a 10 plus 2. And the number of faces is a 6. Now faces, it should be a equals to the 6. Now how to find the number of the vertices? You need to subtract 6 from the other side. Now vertices is equal to the 10 and 2 is a 12, and subtract 6 from each. Now number of vertices becomes as a 6. Understood? මතකද මේක හැමෝටම?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Thirusha, right. නියමයි. Now look at this. This is a division multiplication with the directed numbers. Find the answer. Make a lazy. ඉක්මනට උත්තරේ හොයමු පුතේ. ආන්සර් දාන්න ඕනේ හැමෝම chat එකට දාන්න. Right, now look at this. Minus 36. Minus 36 divide by the minus 6 multiply by the minus 2. Now look at this. Firstly, we can simplify the denominator. Then numerator becomes as a minus 36. Minus 36. And look at the denominator. Minus into minus. And you know the product between the two negative numbers becomes as a positive. And 6 times 2 is a 12. And the other thing, what is the meaning of this one? Division. 36 divided by 12, it should be a 3. But negative and positive in division, then answer becomes as a negative. Maralesi වැඩේ. Well done, Malka. Anyway, that's very easy. Right, now find the answer for x. Make x වලට answer හොයන්න බලන්න. ඒකත් lazy එකක්, right? Find the value of x. Now what is the theory? කාටද මතක පුතේ මේකේ theory එක? Right? And you know some of the exterior angles in any polygon, ඕනම polygon එකක් නේ, 5 sides 8 sides ඕන එකක්, right? Now it should be a 360 degrees. Then there are 4 angles you can write as a x plus 110 plus and the 85 plus 105. The sum of these 4 angles should be equal to the 360. And that's the theory. නේද පුතේ? ඒක තමයි theory එක. The sum of these 4 angles should be a 360. And now we know x plus the sum of these 3 angles. අපි එකතු කරමු මේක. 5, 5, 10 and 0, 1 remainders and 9 and 10 again. 9 and 1 is 10, 1 remainders. Now it should be a 300. Now x plus 300 is a 360. Now x should be a 60 degrees because 300 subtract from the 360. Right? Understood? Make හැමෝටම මතකද? එනාරා?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now question number 20, and this is the last question in our part 1 in the paper. Paper ke part 1 ke antim prashna, and you know each question carries 2 marks. There are 20 questions, then answer how many marks? 40 marks. 40 marks. Now, general term of the number pattern is a 2n minus 1, and we know, right? Nth term is a 2n minus 1. Find the 125th term of that number pattern. What to do? You need to substitute 125 into the n. Now, find the answers. Right. That's very easy question. 2n minus 1. 2 times 125 and minus 1. 2 times 125 we can write as a 250 and minus 1. Then answer is a 249. බලමු. Yes. හරි නේද? කට්ටි. නියමයි. නියමයි. Well done. Now I am going to move our second part 2 in our paper. Part 2. Right? Now look at this. General term of the number pattern which is written is ascending order is n times n plus 1 divided by 2. මතක ඇති මම note එකක් දුන්නා. That's a specific general terms that are specific number patterns we call as a sequences, right? N times n plus 1 divided by 2. And what is the name we known as a කාටද මතක මේකේ නම? Anyone?
Triangular number pattern.
Yes, triangular number pattern, right? And what is a special number pattern with the general term as the n squared? What's the name of that number pattern?
Square number pattern.
Yes, square number pattern, square number pattern, right? That's a very specific number patterns, right? And look at this. Now write the first term of this number pattern, right? As a previous question, look at this. As the same question as a same method as a 20th question in the first part. Therefore, write the first term of the number pattern. You need to substitute 1 into the n. මෙතන n වෙනුවට පුතේ 1 substitute කරන්න. Right. Find the answer. N times n plus 1 divide by 2. Therefore, 1 times 1 plus 1 divide by 2. 1 multiply by 2 divide by 2. Then answer becomes 2 divided by 2. It should be a 1. What is the first term? First term is a 1. Right? Write the 9th and 10th term of this number pattern. Right. එකත් හොයාගන්න පුතේ. 9th term. 9th term එක හොයාගන්න. As well as a 10th term. That's very easy. First term becomes as a 1 into 2 divided by 2. Therefore, 9th term becomes as a 9 multiplied by 10 divided by 2. And you can simplify 2 times 1, 2 times 5, 9 times 5. It should be a 45. This is a 9th term. Now, how to find the 10th term? එහෙනම් මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ පුතේ? You need to multiply 10 by the 11. Divide by 2. Now 2 times 1, 2 times 5, 5 times 11, 55. හැමෝම තේරුණාද මේක? ඉමල්ක? Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Samini? Yeah. Samini තේරුණාද දුව? Yeah, නියමයි. Yelara? It's okay? Okay. Good. Right. Now look at the third question. Now look at the third question. 19 multiplied by 20 is a 380. අපිට කියනවා 19 multiplied by 20 is a 380. Then find which term is equal to the 190 in this term. ඉතින් අපි දන්නවා 19 and next number is a 20. Look at this. 9 multiplied by 10. 10 multiplied by 11 is a 10th term. 9 multiplied by 5 is a 9th term. Therefore, 19 multiplied by 20, and now we can write as a 19 multiplied by 20 divided by 2. And this one should be a equals to the here. අනිවාර්යෙන් මෙතනින් එන්න ඕනේ කවුද? 19th term. 19th term. Now find the answer. Look at this. 19 multiplied by 20 divided by 2. 19 multiplied by 2 should be equal to the 380 divided by 2. Now that one is equal to the 190. Therefore, 190 is equal to the 19th term. Last one to 3 Now this is the answer for the third one. Right? Note down. And find the answer of the fourth one. That's the same method. එකම method එක දාන්න තියෙන පුතේ. Now then you can follow the same method to the fourth question. 20 times 21. 20 multiplied by 21 divide by 2. And now we know this one should be equals to the 20th term. And now we know 20 multiplied by 21 is equals to the 420. Divide by 2. Now answer becomes 210. Right? 210. Now 210 is should be equals to the, what is the answer? 20th term, right? Therefore 210 is equals to the 20th term. 20th term, right? Show that the sum of the 19th and the 20th term, and now we know the 19th term and the 20th term of the this number pattern is equals to the 20th term of square number pattern, which is written in ascending order starting from the 1. Now look at this. Now look at this. Sum of the 19th term and the 20th term. And this is a question number 5. 19th term plus 20th term. Now we know 19th term is equals to the 190. And 20th term is a 210. The sum of these two numbers is a 400. Right? 400. And now we know the general term of the square number pattern is a nth term is a n squared. Now I am going to equals to the 400, right? And now we know applying the square roots to the both sides. Now n should be a square root of the 400, right? Square root of the 400. And now we know how to find the square roots of the 400. මතක ඇති කොහොමද පුතේ හොයන්නේ කියලා නේද? නැත්නම් මේක අපිට උත්තර එකපාර ලියන්නත් පුළුවන්, right? Divide by 2, 200, divide by 2, 100, divide by 2, 50, divide by 2, 25. Now divide by 5, it's a 5, divide by 5, it's a 1, right? මතක ඇති. There are two couples. මතකයිනේ couples. First couple, second couple, third couple. එකනා ගමු අපි. එහෙනම් උත්තරයක් එනවා මට 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 5. Now n should be equals to the 20. එහෙනම් උත්තරය තමයි කවුද? 20th square number. 20th square number. 20 වෙනි square number එක ඇත්තනේ. 20 into 20 is 400. අපි එක දාන්න. right. අපි ලස්සන ලියා ගමු පුතේ උත්තර ටික. හරිනේ. ඉවරනේ පුතේ හැමෝම? okay, right. Now ලස්සන මෙන්න මේ ෆිගර් එක draw කරගමු හැමෝම. Right. Now find the answers. ලස්සන මේ උත්තර ටික ලියන්න ටක් ගාලා එනවා. Write down the two pairs of supplementary and the complementary and vertically opposites. ලස්සන හදමු බලන්න උත්තර ටික. Right. Time එක ඇති පුතේ. Imalka, what is the meaning of the complementary angles?
180 degrees.
Yes, the sum should be a 180. Sure. Are you sure?
Yes,
Yenara?
sir.
Yenara, what is the meaning of the complementary?
Sum should be equal to 90 degrees.
Yes. Sum should be a 90 degrees. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම sum එක 90 degrees වෙන්න ඕන. Okay? Okay? Right. Therefore, write down the two pair of the complementary angles. එතකොට පුතේ මේ දෙකෙන් 90 වෙන දෙන්නෙක් හොයාගන්න ඕනේ අපි දැන්. Right? කවුද ඒගොල්ලෝ? කවුද ඒගොල්ලෝ? Right? Now look at this. 52 and 38. The sum of these two things becomes as a 90 degrees. Then how to write as an angle? කොහොමද පුතේ angle එක ලියන්නේ එහෙනම්? Angle x AD. Angle x AD and x DA. XDA. Because, and we know 38 degrees, 52 degrees. And now we know 38 plus 52, it should be a 90 degrees. Yeah, complementary. Now second one, supplementary. What's the meaning of supplementary? 180. අන්න ඒක තමයි ඉමානක 180 වෙන්නේ නේ පුතේ. Right, 180 වෙන දෙන්නේ. හරි. How to find the answer? අපි දන්නවා 180 වෙනවා නම් කොහොමද වෙන්න ඕනේ? Tell me the answers. And we know this is a straight line. ඔයාලට තියන්න පුළුවන් answers ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා මෙතන. එකක් නෙමෙයි ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. Right, tell me the answer. Yanara, what is your answer? Answers ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. ලියන්න පුළුවන් ඕන තරම්. එකක් කියන්නේ එකක්.
AXD and
AXD,
and BXD.
AXD and BXD. Well done, right? Because AB is a straight line. Then sum of these two angles becomes as 180, right? එහෙනම් ලියන්න පුළුවන් AXD. AXD plus DXB නැත්නම් BXD. හරි මේ දෙන්න හරි. තව එකක් මට ඉමාලක කියන්නේ ඉමාලක. මේ බැයිද? AXD and AXC. බැරිද? පුළුවන් right? තව and Savini. Look at this straight line. කොහොමද ලියන්නේ? PAD DAC. පුළුවන්? Straight lines. Because AB and CD are straight lines. And the CP, AR and the BQ is also straight lines. ගොඩක් තියෙනවා ලියන්න පුළුවන්, right? Now write the two pairs of vertically opposite angles. අපි දන්නවා straight lines දෙකක් cross වෙලා තියෙන්න ඕන. අනිවාර්යයෙන්. Right? Vertically opposite. Look at this. මේ බලන්න මෙතන. This one and this one vertically opposite. And this one vertically opposite. You can write the answers like that. එහෙනම් ADQ. ADQ. As well as RDB. RDB. දැක්කද? Right. Imalka, can you tell me the another answer? කියන්න බලන්න තව answer එකක් vertical opposite එකට. මම ලිව්වේ මෙන්න මෙතන ඈ. මේ දෙන්න තමයි එන්න ඕනේ. කවුද? ADQ and BDR. Right. තව එකක් කියන්න මට. යනාරා සවෙනි කවුරු එකක් වන්න. කියන්න මට තව එකක්.
AXC and BXD.
Right. Now check. AXC. AXC and BXD. Yes. These two angles should be vertically opposite. Right. Imalka කියන්න මට එකක්. Imalka. එතනම අනිත් පැත්තේ කිව්වල ලේසි නේද මේ? Look at this. These two angles. කියලා පෙන්නන්න ඕන මම ඇඳලා පෙන්නුවා. උත්තරේ කියන්න බෑ.
BXC,
BXC.
DXA.
No, BXC. And how to name this angle? X is a vertex point. AXD. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Understood? Right. AXD. Right? AXD. Right? Now, tell me another one. තව එකක් කියන්න පුළුවන් ඕන. මෙහෙම. The whole angle like this. How to name that two angles? කොහොමද ඒ දෙනාව name කරන්නේ අපි? AD. කවුද?
ADB and QDR.
And QDR. Yes. ඉතින් මේකෙන් කැමති එකක් ලියන්න පුළුවන් ළමයාට නේද? Yes. Right? We can write as the all things as a vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles.
Sir, in the first and the second question, we had to write two examples.
Yeah, write it. Yeah, two pair of complementary angles. Right. Two pair of complementary. Right. Yeah, 48 and 42 also complementary because 48 and 42 is becomes as a 90 degrees. Right. That's a complementary. And supplementary angles becomes as a ඔක්කොම තියෙන උදාහරණේ ගොඩක් තියෙනවා ඒකට ලියන්න පුළුවන් right මම ඒ ටික පෙන්නනවා this is a straight line and this is a straight line and this one is a straight line this one's also a straight line right there are so many answers but you can write as only two pair right pairs දෙකක් ලියන්න ඕන හරි pairs දෙකක් ලියන්න ඕන right මේකටත් දෙකයි ලියන්න ඕනේ right මම ඔන්න හතරක්ම ලියලා පෙන්නුවා ඒකට right okay right right එහෙනම් අපි හැමෝම පුතේ අපේ Monday class එකෙන් paper class එකෙන් revision class එක right තියෙනවා අපි හැමෝම දාටත් අපි paper එකක් කතා කරනවා මොකද exam දෙක ඔයගොල්ලෝ තියෙනවා කිව්වේ ඕගස් සමහරනේ එලිනා නම් මම හිතන්නේ එලිනා අද නැහැ recording බලයි එලිනාගේ exam එක තිබ්බා කිව්වා එලිනා message එකක් දාන්න exam එක කොහොමද කියලා right එහෙනම් හැමෝටම පුතේ God bless you bye අපි හැමෝම Monday
Goodbye, sir. God bless you, sir.
okay God bless you bye